Hey guys, I'm just making this intro part of the video. Um, this is a friendly warning, a little disclaimer, if you will. Uh, if you are offended by harsh language, turn away now. This video is chock full of it. It's a bit angry, yada yada yada, all that. I didn't really warn you guys in the beginning, but if this kind of stuff you don't want to see, turn it off. Anyway, that's it. Now on to the video proper. Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you. And in this video, I'm going to explain why I am a misanthrope or a hater of people. I felt this would be a good follow-up to my last video that I just made about about my personal story at work. This isn't gonna have any particular personal stories in here, no anecdotes or anything like that. Just I'm gonna talk about people that I consider to be a detriment to having in society. Period. I'm gonna talk about two tiers of people. One tier are ones that I personally interact with on a regular basis, and then the other tier is people who just pose a general. They drag down society in general. So anyway, let's get this party started. One and you'll also notice a lot of these types of people kind of tie into each other one way or another. The first type of person I'm going to talk about, I absolutely can't stand, who we all encounter these people on a regular basis, and I am talking about people who make a whole bunch of fucking noise pollution and don't give half a shit about it. I am talking to you fucks that leave your dogs outside for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I have two dogs. Okay, so I am a dog. I am an animal lover. You know, I love pets, as I've stated multiple times. But people who just leave their fucking animals outside, I swear, one group of people just need to be eliminated. That is one of them. Because when you leave your animals outside for hours, what do? Dogs are not known for being quiet. They bark. People don't want to hear your fucking dog bark. It's not your right to leave the animal outside when people have to listen to the fucking thing bark. Nobody wants to hear it. Take your fucking dog into your fucking house. The rest of us don't have to fucking listen to it bark. Nobody wants to hear your fucking dog bark. I don't really get too upset at the dog. It's the idiot owners that leave them outside and just for hours. It's fine to let your dog out, use the bathroom, do their business, and then bring them back in. I mean, that's kind of the whole thing. They're supposed to go to the bathroom outside. It's fine to walk them around the neighborhood, get them exercise, all that. Just don't leave them out. Just the only reason you do is because you're a selfish fuck and you don't care that other people are irritated by your dogs barking. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say about that class of noisy person. Another class of noisy people. You have some sort of a ridiculously loud vehicle where I can hear the fucking engine. I can hear you coming from half a mile away. There are two main types of offenders of this. There is the people who have motorcycles. Run, 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 run. Look at me. Run, 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 run. Trying to get attention. I'm not impressed that you have a motorcycle that's over 100 fucking decibels that I can hear for a fucking mile away. I think you have a tiny dick and you're looking for attention. Shit does not impress me. I don't want to hear it's just, not impressive, guys. Just not, it's not cool. It's irritating. The other type, I guess there's three types. Then you got your stupid fucking punk kids who basically try to mod their car out so it makes as much fucking noise as possible. They'll, mod the exhaust so it's loud as fuck, and you'll be able to hear the thing for, It's not cool. You still have a little piece of shit Honda Civic. It's not fucking cool. It's still a little fucking car that nobody gives a shit about. And then thirdly, you fucking rednecks with your big diesel pick-em-up trucks. Now, I'm not a basher of pickup trucks. In fact, I have a pickup myself that is, oh, yeah, that brand. But anyway, my truck is not, it's just a regular gas-powered truck. I don't need a diesel one. You know, it's standard volume for a vehicle. It's not super loud. You can't hear it 3/4 of a mile away. Now, if you have a legitimate need for a diesel truck, like you pull heavy loads all the time, or you do farm work, or whatever, and it's part of your livelihood, that's one thing, okay? 99% of the fucking people who have them, though, that's not the fucking case. They just do it because they have small dick syndrome, I think. Yeah, because going around my neighborhood, I see a bunch of trucks parked, and I live in a little suburban, yes, I do live in a rural area, but I still live in like a suburban cul-de-sac kind of, little subdivision, right? You don't live on a fucking farm. You don't haul 20,000-pound loads on a regular basis. It's a load of shit. I'm sorry you have a tiny dick, but the rest of the world does not need to hear your fucking loud-ass vehicle because you're overcompensating for something. Okay, and the last type of noisy people I'm going to talk about are people who just want to blast their stereos. Now, yes, I'm an audio guy, okay, and I do listen loud. But here's the thing. When I listen loud, I'm down here in my basement, okay? And you go outside of my house, even if I'm listening at a good volume, you will not hear my stereo. You can walk up to the house, you won't hear it. Well, maybe you walk right up to like the wall, but the point is it's not radiating out, a mile away. You can't hear my stereo. You don't. You don't hear it far away. It's not booming throughout the fucking universe. Whereas you consider it fucks out there who just blast the shit and you don't give a fuck if you're, die. Just go die, please. Go die in a ditch right now. No one will miss you, maybe. So anyway, that is category one, or, the first category, noisy people who are just inconsiderate fucks who don't care. Next type of people that I'm going to talk about are the willfully and proudly ignorant people who won't even, who won't change their minds, don't want to learn, and they're proud of that fact. I encounter these people on a fairly regular basis. They'll be like, well, I don't know that, and I don't need to know that, and I'm glad I don't know that. Insert topic, whatever it is, right? And then they'll have a loud fucking opinion about whatever it is, and they'll be completely wrong about it. And they won't change their mind about whatever it is, no matter how much of a counter argument you give them or however much actual evidence you give them. They won't budge in their stupid, uninformed opinion. They're ignorant. They're dumb. They won't learn. They just, yeah. And my favorite type of willfully ignorant people that I meet is, as an IT person, I encounter this all the time. I encounter people who say, I really don't know much about computers. I'm not really much of a tech person. And they say it like, that'd be almost like in 2015, to me, that's like saying, I don't really like to read or write much. I never really picked up on it, but, or do basic math. That's all just, beyond me. Beyond me. And I don't want to learn it. No, I don't. Yeah, the internet has only been common for about 20 years now, guys. I know it just really snuck up on you. Yeah, that just fucking kills me. They won't learn. They don't want to learn. They'll just... You have to hold their hand through everything and do everything for them, and they won't learn it. Even if you try, like, hey, how about, no, I don't need to know. No, don't know. And they just don't want to learn. And they're willfully ignorant about it. And they're proudly ignorant about it. They'll be like, oh, I don't know. And they'll be like, I'm glad I don't know. It's just, if you're willfully and proudly ignorant and you don't want to learn new things and you won't change your mind even when you're, or even consider, you don't necessarily have to change your mind. You won't even consider the other point of view when they provide actual legitimate evidence. You're a fucking waste of space. Moving on. Entitled people who feel that the world owes them something. Oh my God. These people are great. They're great. I love, when I'm out and about and I hear them or see them, yelling at some poor schmuck at a store or whatever because, and this poor person is trying to help them, right? And they're just giving this person all sorts of grief for no real good reason. Because maybe the thing rang up $1 difference versus, what the price was. The person trying to fix it. Well, it shouldn't have rang up like that. I can't believe this, and you should give it to me for free. And just, when you encounter this type of person, very often, if I witness this, I will say something to the entitled fuck. Like, I won't say, hey, fuck. What I will do is I will say, hey, they're doing the best they can, just try to give them a break. They're trying to, of course, then sometimes we'll get into an argument, but whatever. That's just how that goes. Another type of entitled person, for you guys, anybody who works, your coworkers, if you ask them to describe, and again, I know I'm mentioning I work in IT again. Sorry, it's my personal experience. If you ask somebody to, I've had this happen. They'll send me a request. They'll be like, and it will be very vague. It will just say, help, call me. And they will give no information as to what the actual problem that they're experiencing is. And then I respond very simply with, can you please provide more information as to what's going on? Then what they'll do is they will email like fucking VPs and people higher up in the company. I sent something in 2 hours ago and IT never responded and blah, 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 blah. You just want these people to just go away. And they don't. And they just, these people are just, oh my God, just fucking die. Seriously. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. And these people kind of tie into all the other categories that I've just been talking about. I'm going to talk about people who are incredibly rude and selfish. And what I just covered, I covered a lot of selfish behaviors. And some selfishness is healthy. In fact, I'd say some selfishness is necessary for survival. And by selfishness, I mean not giving away all of your resources to another person, because if you did that, you would starve. Right? So, some selfishness is healthy. Okay? But taken to an extreme level, it makes you a detriment to society. Perfect example. Let's say you're some dickbag who has a $90,000 car and you want to drive 90 miles an hour on the road. And I've seen this, and not just, I see people in all vehicles do this, but I'm just, I've seen people in pieces of shit do this just as much as expensive cars. They'll be going, you'll be driving down the street or driving down the highway, and these fuckers will be going like 90, and they'll weave in and out of traffic, cut people off constantly. It's one of the rudest, most selfish things you can do, because you are a rude fuck who is just trying to, you don't care. how you impact other people at all. And it's very selfish because, you know, you're going to cause, that can very easily cause a traffic accident. Very quickly, you're in a wreck doing that. And you're going to wreck into some poor innocent soul who's just driving along trying to get to work or something, and you're going to smash into him because your stupid fucking ass who's just trying to drive like a dickbag. You know, it's just one of those. Yeah, and don't give me this bullshit. Oh, well, people who are highly skilled can do that safely. The people who do this, who I generally watch doing it while I'm driving, they're not highly skilled. They're fucking idiots. They'll, like, you know, they'll skirt right. They'll pass within inches of people. You know, it's dangerous to do that. It's very dangerous, and shows no consideration for others. It's also incredibly stupid. Because they're flirting with death when they do that. You know, sadly, I never see these people die. I always kind of, like, when I see that, I kind of just hope. What I always hope for is for them just to, like, run off the road and miraculously not hit anyone else. Of course, you know, see their car flip a few times and then maybe catch on fire and explode. But yeah, I haven't been lucky enough to witness that yet. I just kind of always just kind of hope for it. Yeah. And just people who are rude to everyone else for no good reason, treat everyone else like complete shit for no reason. And it's just, yeah, that's just really fucking awful type of people. I just, and you guys are out there in the world, you encounter these types of people, and you know, you encounter these people face to face, and of course you encounter them online as well. Moving on now. Those are the type of people that I encounter on a daily basis. Almost daily basis. Who I encounter regularly. The next group of, or I'm sorry, that was the first tier I concluded. The second tier of people that I'm going to talk about are what I would call just detriments to society in general, and they make society worse by being in them, but I may not encounter them all the time or have as much personal experience with them. But I definitely know that they're out there. Basically the first type of people I'm going to talk about are just lazy people who don't want to work, okay, or do anything productive. And these people most definitely exist. They are just people who never tried to do anything productive with their life. They are, they're just fucking losers that drift through life and parasite off of other people. They'll, like, I know a friend of my wife, she has it's her cousin or something living with her. He's in his 50s. Keep in mind, this is not a kid. He's a worthless fuck. Doesn't do anything. Eats up a bunch of her food. He doesn't work, of course. He doesn't want to work. She's gonna kick him out, thankfully. But that's the kind of person I'm talking about. He doesn't work. He doesn't want to work. His mom sends him money every fucking month. Keep in mind, this guy's in his 50s. Okay? 50s. A lot older than I am. Fucking loser is what he is. Drug addicts. I understand that, maybe your life sucks, okay? But really, and I do feel bad for people who are addicted and want to get out of it, but my question is, why in the fuck do you start using the drug in the first place, knowing the effects that it's going to have on you? Like, if my life is already shitty, I'm not going to think to myself, you know what? Even though my life's shitty, I'm going to do these drugs. It's going to make my life a lot worse. It's going to make me chemically dependent on this drug. I'm going to, probably commit crimes to get money to get this drug. It's going to basically ruin my life and my health. I think I'm going to start using this drug. Because at some point, you have to decide to start doing it. And the drugs that are incredibly harmful, people generally know they're harmful. And now I do realize that a lot of people on heroin started off, they didn't start by doing heroin. They were maybe on some painkillers or whatever before that were, opiates, and they graduated to heroin because of that. But, whether we should be giving out opiates as pain relievers or not, that's a whole other discussion. That's another level. That's beyond the scope of what I'm talking about here. But the point is, if you know it's going to ruin your life before you do it, just don't do it. I mean, I don't have to know. Like, I don't look at a piece of shit on the street and think to myself, you know what? I know it's going to taste awful, and I'm still going to pick it up and eat it anyway. Yeah, it's just no common sense. And of course, that kind of runs throughout this video. All these types of people lack common sense and intelligence. So now another argument I hear is, with the economy shrinking and automation taking away more and more jobs, maybe we should have some sort of a universal income, universal basic income or whatever. I'm not totally against that idea, but see, the thing is, if the economy is shrinking this much and we're having fewer and fewer jobs, maybe our population's too high. Just a thought. We have too many fucking people. I guess, in my opinion, if you are going, I'm kind of for it because the universal, just because we already pay out lots of welfare and other benefits to people. Let's just cut all that shit, give them an income, be done with it. Right now, here's the thing: if you take that income, I think one of the requirements should be you're sterilized. Yeah, I know. Oh, the freedom to have kids. What? The freedom to... Because you're a parasite, you then have the freedom to create more parasites. Probably not a, real good use of funds, because if you're not paying for your children, then there's no economic incentive for you to limit the number of kids you have. So, like, if you're just getting, because, somebody has a kid, we don't want the kid to starve, right? As a society, at least I hope not. So, I don't know. That's outside the scope of this, but I'm just saying maybe that's something we want to think about. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. This is just me ranting and raving. Feel free to point out the flaws and inaccuracies in what I'm saying, and because I'm not a complete ignorant fuckwad that won't change my mind. I'm willing to listen to alternative points of view. And that brings me to my final type of person who I think is a major threat or detriment to society, and that is zealots. Zealots of any type are what I would call bad. Religious zealots, of course, are the most common in our society. Yeah, I can't stand those people. Religious zealots, I can't stand them. Terrible people. I try to avoid interacting with them. I generally do avoid them. That's why, I don't encounter them every day, but when I do encounter them, yeah, they base everything on their religion, and that's their logic for everything. It goes right back to that. But thing is, I don't want to pick just on religious zealots. Zealots about anything. Social justice warriors are fucking zealots too. They see everything through like a victim scope. Oh, we're all victims of this, that, the other. Fuck you. You're probably not really a victim. You're not a victim just because you're a fucking woman. Sorry, not in modern America. You're not. Yes, if you are truly a victim, it needs to be addressed. But you're not automatically a victim just because you fall into this class of person or that class of person and blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. You're not automatically a victim. Now we do have some systemic problems with some things like racism. We definitely have some systemic problems in this country regarding racism that need to be addressed. Okay? They definitely need to be addressed. But are all black folks victims? I'd say no. Are you more likely to be a victim of certain things if you're black? Yes. but are you necessarily one? You get what I'm saying here. So anyway, this is pretty much going to wrap it up. I'm going to make a final statement. And that final statement is, individuals can be absolutely incredibly awesome. But people as a whole, what a goddamn fucking mess. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you did, as always, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.